How's it going, everyone? Today's video is going to be covering the last couple of days, a bunch of very pivotal news within the markets, and a lot of news that could potentially shape a potential bear market or a potential bull market for the rest of 2025. So that's exactly what we'll be getting into today. We're going to be covering all the news that happened within the past couple of days and what implications those have for the markets, and if I still think there's any chance of us having a bull market. Let's get into it. So one of the biggest things that have come out of the past couple of days is the fact that both Middle Eastern countries as well as China are actually considering adding Bitcoin into their sovereign wealth funds. And as you can see posted there on the screen, reports are showing that we have Middle Eastern sovereign wealth funds and even China are exploring adding Bitcoin to their reserves. And of course, this could be significantly massive because these countries are worth a lot of money. You have a lot of Middle Eastern countries engaged in oil production, which funds a lot of their economy, whereas China has a lot of economic activity funding their economy, also leaving potential for big buys into Bitcoin and potential further adoption with cryptocurrency. And I think this is something that a lot of people don't seem to understand how pivotal this could actually be if China and Middle Eastern countries start adopting Bitcoin. The fact of the matter is they are actually considering it. That is one of the biggest pieces of news that we have in our palms of our hands right now, due to the fact that global adoption is, for crypto, the best thing it can have for its lifetime and for its lifespan. If we want crypto to continue, then we need global adoption to occur, meaning countries all over the world adopting cryptocurrency into their economies. Therefore, then we can see big moves happening within the cryptocurrency markets. And I genuinely believe that's going to be what happens. And this is something that we've talked about previously. We said there's definitely a potential for China to start investing into Bitcoin and start actually putting some effort into dealing with it in any way, shape, or form, due to the fact that its biggest competitor, being the United States of America, is now going full force into Bitcoin, where we've set up the strategic reserve, which we'll also get into. We've done that. We've gone into further plans of implementing Bitcoin and allowing a bunch of other things to happen within our economy that regards digital assets, that now other countries are starting to pick up on it. Of course, there have been countries like El Salvador who's already been into the Bitcoin buying process, but we have these big powerhouse countries who are actively looking into adding Bitcoin to their economies, which is great for the markets long term. And if this is something that you might not fully understand, the idea of global adoption, I'd highly recommend checking out The Bitcoin Standard by Safadine Anonymous. I've definitely pronounced his name wrong, so I'm sorry for that, but it will be linked in the description below for you guys to check out. This is a book that completely changed my mind and really opened my eyes to what Bitcoin could potentially have in the future, in the hold that it can have. Now, one big piece of the news these services directly to their customers, making it a lot easier for those with little experience into cryptocurrency to none, a lot easier access to cryptocurrency in terms of investing. And it gives these banks a lot more power and a lot more freedom to utilize cryptocurrency within their systems. And again, reading that book, reading the Bitcoin Standard, a lot of people think that this is negative. However, this is actually positive. If banks use cryptocurrency in the right way, this is a great way of adoption for cryptocurrency, and it's really cool to see this being implemented. Now, in regards to the crypto summit that happened Friday, this actually was not as bullish as a lot of people expected. And there was actually a significant amount of people who also did not see this being a major pivotal moment in the markets where we'd see that zero capital gains tax. That did not, of course, come. That's still, of course, in the works and just a question of will it happen or not. So we had that within our minds going into the Bitcoin Summit. So we had that going on in our minds going into the crypto summit. And yes, it was a letdown. We really did not have much news going into things, leading us to just have and continue our choppiness of the markets as we've seen. But again, we've had now global adoption within the markets, being the United States paving ways within cryptocurrency. Because it's not moving the chart short term, people are very bearish, and they just for some reason don't see this as being a positive because it's not impacting their current bags. However, this is very great for crypto long term, so I, of all people, I'm not complaining whatsoever for this. So that's going to be a very quick update for you guys. I am still bullish on the markets. We'll get into that in the next video, but I wanted to just go over what's happened the past couple of days. We will be picking up every other day videos on this channel. I just had to do this. So with all that being said, guys, we will see you later.